Final Fantasy XIV has been around for quite a while, and in that tenure they've attained tens of millions of registered users, boasting an impressive active sub count in the hundreds of thousands. But how did they manage to accrue all of those players? It's crazy, really. Was it through the continued and consistent quality of the product, or their commitment to their dedicated community? Maybe, instead, it's because of the vast number of options players have available to them, allowing them to tread their own path. Well, if you guessed any or all of those answers, unfortunately, you're dead wrong. The real reason FF14 became a success is clearly because of their banging ad campaigns. And if you don't believe it, that just means that their subliminal messaging is working even better than you could possibly ever imagine. In the decade plus since launch, they've had their fair share of unintentionally hilarious, outlandish, and frankly bizarre advertisements, and today we're going to take a look at them. Just be careful that you aren't overtaken by the unstoppable compulsion to play the game all day long after watching these bespoke pieces of marketing genius. This first one is old. Like, really old. This advertisement accompanied the release of A Realm Reborn and would be the first time many were introduced to the land of Eorzea. It first aired on the Sci-Fi Channel just before 2.0 launched and features a live-action Louisoix doing his very best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression whilst rallying a crowd to his cause.
Eorzea was destroyed by a force of unimaginable power raining from the sky.
Fitting, because at the time there was no clue as to whether he'd be back. But my favourite bit has to be when this guy goes through the most hilarious CGI puberty I have ever and will ever see to become the least convincing Rogadin imaginable. It's certainly a choice, let's put it that way. I think this is such a little time capsule more than anything though of early 2010s video game marketing. It was a time when budgets were high, game advertising was just attempting to leave their cringe era, and any concept of a target audience was seemingly absent. Like in the case of this ad, I can't possibly imagine who this was for. If there is a single person in the comment section that is watching this ad and suddenly feels overwhelmed by the desire to visit Eorzea, please do let me know, because I don't believe you. It paints the game in a wildly different light from the new entry in the revered story-driven JRPG franchise that you'd expect it to be sold as. I suppose the proof is in the pudding, really. It must have worked. Speaking of A Realm Reborn trailers, there's this one too, which takes on a different tone entirely and makes the terrifying and risky decision of ditching Arnold Louisoix as their spokesperson. Instead, this ad involves an introspective and forlorn tone, from the music to the guys looking out of the bus window wishing desperately that they were somewhere else. They're drawing on the window with their fingers, and there it is, they got us Final Fantasy XIV mentioned! And their fingers are touching, cute. In the land of Eorzea, anything is possible. But the most important part of this advertisement is actually to be found somewhere else entirely, not within what we just watched. As always, if you trawl the comment section, you'll find some absolute gold. In this case, it's this guy, who is adamant that most of you are too short-sighted and unintelligent to understand the moral and emotional depths that this advertisement is discussing. That is, of course, why Europe, Australia, and the US are getting an entirely different commercial to cater to their unique intellectual capabilities. Please, next time, make sure that you open your mind and set aside sufficient time to truly appreciate pieces of modern art, such as this. You'll thank yourself later. So now we shift from one of the oldest FF14 ads to one of the most recent. In this case, one that is showcasing a collab that is sure to bring in a new market to the massively multiplayer online GPO simulator. This ad is a showcase for a partnership that the game had with Schwarzkopf, the German brand that specializes in hair treatment products and dyes. They even released 3 FF14 branded hair dyes. All jokes aside, I actually think this is kind of cool, I have to admit. It reaches an audience that might actually be interested in something that the game has to offer, with its bustling social and screenshot taking scene, and it's just somewhat of a neat collaboration. A funny little aside to this is that a while back I actually got offered to be sent some of these hair dyes in a little PR package, but I declined. Unfortunately, I am nowhere near fabulous enough to pull them off. At most, I rank a 4 out of 10 on the Xenos Fabulosa scale. Sucks to be me, I guess. Speaking of ads that are good, actually, this animated one here is what I genuinely believe is the best representation of FF14 as a game without showing a gameplay trailer that attracts an audience that I could actually see sticking with it long term. It captures the essence of adventuring and socializing in the game, it looks bloody gorgeous, and more than anything has me wishing that we one day got an FF14 anime. Like, I don't even watch anime very much, but I'd love a series exploring just some random warriors of light going on adventures in Eorzea, in a plot mostly disconnected, or maybe just tangentially connected to the overarching story of the main game. This next one is honestly just really bloody cursed. I don't even want to imagine how much money Square Enix paid to feature Tom Holland in an FF14 ad in 2019, the exact same year that Avengers Endgame was released featuring him as Spider-Man. Maybe they've been trying to recuperate the lost budget ever since, honestly. This ad depicting Tom training to become the new Warrior of Darkness was part of a push to bring interest to new expansion Shadowbringers from a wider gaming audience, one that likely hadn't interacted with MMOs in the past. But it was just a little strange, honestly. To me, by far the most memorable part was hearing the Hollywood actor say Warrior of Darkness in the least convincingly sad tone I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, you know, not gonna be the Warrior of Darkness, so...
I guess they didn't pay extra for convincing delivery. The next one isn't a video at all, but I did a double take the first time I saw it because I was genuinely convinced it had to be AI generated. Turns out that no, it's just bad. It's doing its best to channel the same energy that those uncomfortable Evoni ads that blasted across every ad space near you about half a decade ago had. From the Roblox smile to the poorly photoshopped Dragoon armor to the uncanny valley realistic but not in a good way Moogle and background. It has basically scientifically cracked the code to creating a promotion that nobody in the history of the world would find enticing. If I'm honest, I'd expect FF14 to lose more subscribers than it gained from this showing. But hey, at least there are dragons. Over time they learnt from their mistake though, more recently on sites like Facebook and Instagram where these ads run rampant, FF14 has taken to an approach that more accurately showcases the game itself, in keeping with an aesthetic one would expect from the franchise. This Japanese Stormblood ad is a strange one too. On the surface, it's a fairly standard video game ad that likes to incorporate socialization and players with a healthy work-life balance in amongst their crippling MMO addiction. But there was one particular moment that was a huge head-scratcher for me. This transition here, switching from the childhood sporting accomplishments to the central character daydreaming on the train, was a little wild if you take the subtext the wrong way. It just reads to me that this guy has grown up, and long gone are the glory days of the past in his youth, and now he's settling down into a comfortable, yet boring and unfulfilling existence as a salaryman. In his slump, he decides to lose himself in a video game to avoid having to deal with his lack of fulfillment in the real world. Bit grim, really. The next ad actually comes as a set. They recorded multiple. During the Shadowbringers arc around half a decade ago, the FF14 free trial, including a blah 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 critically acclaimed yada yada, was released in its expanded form, and enjoyed a major marketing push from the company to help drive registrations. They decided that the best way to do this was to create a series of promos where this lady invades normal people going about their day to tell them that their decisions suck, actually, and they should be playing FF14 instead, including cool and fully in touch with the kids' slogans such as Get Swole Dark Knight and Deep Down You're a Slayer, aren't you, Julia? Really though, I think all of this can and should be forgiven just because it gave us this bloody hilarious shot of an Estinian cosplayer that will live rent-free in my mind for the rest of my days. This is an April Fool's video, not really an ad, but I appreciate it, and it's a bit old at this point, so I feel it deserves to be highlighted just for a moment in case anybody hasn't already seen it. If Alexa is getting on your nerves and you're done listening to your corporate overlords, why not try Omega? It will hit you with banging jokes like this.
You were adopted.
Help ensure that your daily tasks are complete with the utmost efficiency.
I shall delete all copies of your presentation.
And answer any questions you may have.
Because they are inferior.
To be slightly more serious for a moment though, FF14 has already made the best ad they will ever make. And that's the Dad of Light TV series. If you haven't seen it yet, I genuinely do recommend it. I watched it when it was first available on Netflix and it was a heartfelt, engaging, genuine, real tale that many of us can relate to, one of family ties and the struggle to make time for and truly understand one another in a confusing, ever-shifting world. Considering the original inspiration for the story and the direct ties its author had to Naoki Yoshida, as well as the game's Japanese community on the whole, if anything, it acts as a nice little piece of history for the game, as well as a nice time sink. Okay, I'm gonna head out. See you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. I have a Patreon. You don't need to support it, but if you do, it'll allow me to keep uploading here more regularly. This video was available to patrons before it went live here, and every video I publish either goes live there first, or includes exclusive additional content for those that support me. The people on screen now are the reason I was able to make this one, and I'm greatly appreciative. I'll add pre-release excerpts for future videos there, as well as some exclusive content, and you'll be included in the credits of future videos. No pressure though, and of course, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.